They were talking about how robotics was taking people's jobs in factories and so forth. So they talked about a time in London when a new technology came to London that devastated people's jobs in a fundamental way. And the new technology was the ability to build a bridge from one side of the Thames to the other side of the Thames. Because before that, there was a whole industry of what were called ferrymen, men on small ferries. There were thousands of them. They're all going back and forth. You want to cross the river, find a ferryman who'll take you across. And then on each side of the river, there were cafes and markets that were catering for the ferrymen and so forth. So, the whole sort of lifeblood of the Thames was built around these ferrymen going back and forth. And then one day somebody comes along and says, look, I figured out how to build a bridge all the way across. And then somebody else builds another bridge, and before you know it, there are 5 bridges and nobody needs ferrymen anymore. So that and these ferrymen, they were the sons of ferrymen and the grandsons of ferrymen, and their children were growing up getting ready to be ferrymen. The difference though is that transition happened over quite a long period of time, like 50 years, 100, gradually as these bridges were built. So there was sort of time for an adjustment to take place. I think the challenge that we have now is that it's happening so quickly. Before you know it was just a few years ago that you read in the newspapers or whatever that there's a global shortage of software engineers, and the world needs millions more software engineers. Everyone should go to university and study computer science and software engineering. And now here we are saying, by the end of this year, and certainly in 3 years' time, can you imagine, given where it is now, where it will be in 3 years' time? You want a software program, you'll just say to the agent, give me a software program, and it will do it. So I think there's something about the speed of the transition.
Because I don't even know how the software.
It's available for everybody. That's the problem.
It's available for everyone, and I'm not against it being available for everyone. I'm just thinking like in the grand scheme of things, like what Toby was saying, people might not agree with the full company, everybody will know how to do everything. The computer can do everything. So what can the human being now do that is of value to everyone else? And you say creativity, but we don't know if the computer...
Speaking of creativity, I used to go to the British-Nigerian, and there's this place in Eagle Street, where they do rap drums. Because my uncle, because he's based in Nigeria, so he comes back to come and buy some of these drums. He loves it. If you go to his house, he has so many drums about the social media, and all that. So we were talking to one of the families, we know very well that girls. So we're like asking him that, how is the girls working? I said, well, my sons, most of my sons now, they're no more involved. I said, why? With the way things are now, technology, everybody wants to go into this. And it's like because one thing about people who live in the industry, they are family. They pass out this knowledge of how to grow stuff from generation to generation. Now the present generation, I don't know, I think it's the 5th or the 6th generation now, they don't want to go into it. So that is fading away. So that boils down to what you were trying to emphasize now. It comes to a point whereby skill sets that we need, AI has come in to make things, I say simple, but at the same time easy. Because everybody wants things done, quickly, snap. We want this done, but the push of a button, bam, I've already generated this.
Everyone, and I'm not against it being available for everyone. I'm just thinking like in the grand scheme of things, like what Toby was saying, people might not agree with the full company, everybody will know how to do everything. The computer can do everything. So what can the human being now do that is of value to everyone else? And you say creativity, but then we don't know if the computer...
Speaking of creativity, I used to go to the practicals, and there's this place in Eagle Street, where they do rap drums. Because my uncle, because he's based in Nigeria, so he comes back to come and buy some of these drums. He loves it. If you go to his house, he has so many drums, about the visual media and all that. So we were talking to one of the families, that girls. So we were like asking him that, oh, how is the girls working? He said, well, my sons, most of my sons now, they're no more involved. I said, why? So with the way things are now, technology, everybody wants to go into the it's like because one thing about people who live in the industry, they are family. They pass out this knowledge of how to grow skills from generation to generation. Now the present generation, I don't know, I think it's the 5th or the 6th generation now, they don't want to go into it. So that is fading away. So that boils down to what you were trying to emphasize now. It comes to a point whereby skill sets that we need, AI has come in to make things, I say simple, but at the same time easy. Because everybody wants things done, quickly, snap. We want this done, but the push of a button, bam, oh, I've already generated this already. So
yes, because now when I try and think of the idea, there's this language of I have a custom GPT now. So I put in certain parameters that like, okay, this is how I want to write, this is how I want it to sound, this is how I want it to talk to me. And it sort of makes me a bit lazy in a sense, because now when I'm thinking about an idea, I don't carry the process to the last, and I just like, okay, how does I go? Which I usually spot out the different parameters, and then I have that.
You know what you just said? That's so there was a common problem. So in the script it says that the character was a police department. And I'm in Nigeria, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to come up with a California police department, which I've not been there. Of course, I had to go. And one thing about me, everyone knows me, I like to draw from scratch. I have to draw perspective lines, all that. And if I was like, look, there's no time, and you have to get this done. So I was like, invented. Like, okay, probably I just have to generate an image of, okay, I will need an airlane of this department, background of airlane department. I got the image, snap it up, put it in the panel, and then trace it out. And that became a part of me. And after some time, when I want to try to create a background from scratch, I find it difficult to, it's like, okay, where do I start from here? I don't know if it's art block or something, but you tend to lose that, that creative, spark, So I think that's what I feel. We may not be structurally and, with intent to be more creative. Instead, you want to get things done quickly, but without enjoying the creative. So that's the challenge.
In this world where everyone knows how to do everything because of AI.
Yes.
Or individually, if for example, for some horror scenario, the technology is shut down, you have people that
I
will be
the issue with that comment is that I agree with you. I'm like, everyone will not know how to do everything. The computer knows how to do it. You don't know how to do anything. You're not doing what the computer tells you what.
The idea they're selling is that